Hello everybody and welcome back. This week I'm going to do my July wrap-up. I read 15 books in July. I don't have enough stats other than that. I don't even have my average rating. I did find one 5-star. And a few others which got pretty close. If I had to guess, I would say my average is probably like 4 stars. But I don't actually have very many of the 15 that I read because I read a lot of them from my library. But I'm just going to jump straight into it because I don't want this video to be super long and boring. So, first up I read Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I gave that a 3.5 stars. It's like, I don't really know how to describe it. It was a thriller. And it's like the whole premise is that they go onto this island. It's a family and they all go on this island for their grandma's 80th, I want to say, birthday. And like as the night goes through, they get picked off one by one. But as always with Alice Feeney, I didn't see the plot twist coming at all. But I don't think it was a very good one. Like I was surprised and I was shocked, but also I think it could have gone in a very different way. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I did give it a 3.5 stars, and that was the first book I read in July. And then I read Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. Sorry, these first three are on my Kindle because I read these while I was on holiday. Yeah, but yes, Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. This is my second Olivia Blake book. The other one I've read is Alone with You in the Ether. Masters of Death was fine. Like, that's kind of all I can say about it. It was like a quick, fun read. I gave it 3.5 stars. It kind of felt like a cozy fantasy, but like it wasn't. I don't think. It was a good kind of palate cleanser fantasy. I'm glad I read it. I'm slowly getting more into Olivia Blake and the different types of books that she writes. I used to have the Atlas 6 and I have it on Kindle because I do still really want to read it, but yeah, I couldn't get into it the first time I tried to read it, but whatever, we'll see what happens when I get to that. Yeah, Masters of Death was kind of just a nothing book. I couldn't even tell you the names of the characters. It's like, the plot of it is just kind of these, I don't even remember how many there are, but all these different paranormal creatures, like a vampire, a demon, a ghost, Death himself, all converge because they all have the same goal. And that's that. Like, that's the book, them meeting the goal. It was alright. She has beautiful writing, but that's kind of all I have to say about it. And then the last book I read on that trip was Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. Also, sorry, if I'm looking down, I've got all the books that I read this month and their star ratings because I don't have them all physically. But Enchantra by Kaylee Smith, I've already spoken about this in a few of my other videos. I gave it 4 stars, which like isn't the best rating, but compared to Phantasma, which is the first one in that series, I think I gave Phantasma 3 stars. So Enchantra was really good, and I'm really excited for the next one to come out. It was just like, I think exactly what I needed. It was like a quick, palate cleansery, dark gothic, fantastical romance, and that was perfect. So I did really like that one. It's like an interconnected standalone series, and it's about the sister that's in the first book. So kind of like Caraval vibes, but darker. But it's like kind of the same premise. There's like a game in both books, but I really like that one. It was a lot of fun. And then finally, one that I read physically. One of my classics of the month, because I read 2, because I don't think I read one in June. Did I read one in June? No, I didn't. So I read 2 in July to make up for it. Was All Quiet on the Western Front by Erich Maria Remarque, German writer. I gave this 4 stars. I think this was very insightful into the war. I read quite a few historical fictions about, the wars and all that, specifically World War II, because it was a big point of interest for me while I was in school. But yeah, it really kind of opened my eyes to the German soldiers, and it didn't exactly make me feel sympathy for them. I don't think that's the right way to say it, but it made me think about the war from their perspective. So this was actually quite good, and I'm really glad that I finally read it, because I feel like I bought it while I was in Germany. I'm not 100% sure though, but 4 stars for that one. Songs of Drowned Rivers. So yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars. I actually think it's probably one of the highest rated I've given one of her books before. I do really like her writing. I think she's very good, and I'm glad she's moved into a different genre. And I do want to read her new one when it comes out. I think it's called To Dream of Darkness or something. I know Jamie just read it. But yes, so 4.5 stars. And then after that, I finally started The Infernal Devices. So I read Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I only gave it a 3.5 stars. I don't really understand the hype right now. It's just kind of okay. I didn't see the plot twist coming. I don't know how I've avoided spoilers for so long with this series, but I have. I don't know how. But yeah, we met Will and we met Jem and we met Tessa, and it was interesting. And it was, it was 3.5. I mean, I like it infinitely more than I do The Mortal Instruments. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this year I've read City of Glass and City of Ashes, and I'm pretty sure I gave both of them 2 stars. So anyway, currently what I'm doing is I'm reading one Shadowhunter book a month, because otherwise I'm just gonna fly through them, because they're just so easy. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not gonna go on about the Shadowhunters too much. I'm pretty sure most people know what it is. But also, this is my first time reading any of the Shadowhunters. I watched the show, I watched the movie, I read the first one back while I was in high school, and the plot twist really threw me for a loop, and I decided that I wasn't going to continue it. But then everyone was up in arms about how awesome it was, and I was like, okay, well, I need to know what all the hype is about. So I continued. So yes, I continued with City of Ashes, and yeah, I don't know, now I'm on to Clockwork Angel. But yeah, 3.5 was solid. It's my favourite one that I've read so far, of the 4 that I've read. But we'll see how I feel as it goes on. And then the 7th book I read was A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faizal, which I have right here. I'm not going to go on too much about the next 3, because I read these in reading vlogs. I think from here onwards I read almost all of these in reading vlogs. So my thoughts on these I'll keep pretty succinct. But I gave this, 4 stars. I thought it was solid. It reminded me a lot of Six of Crows, but with vampires. I've said that time and time again. And, I really need to read Six of Crows again, because when I read it the first time, I did not understand the hype. So, I don't know, maybe we'll do a rereading Six of Crows duology reading vlog. But yeah, 4 stars. This was solid. I'm more than happy to read more by this author. I do have the first book in her other duology, so maybe I'll start that soon, but we'll see. And then after that I read Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. I gave this a 4.25. I haven't read the second one in this duology yet, but I had this book for years. Honestly, I had it so long. But I'm so glad that I finally read it, because the writing was beautiful. I've always liked Elizabeth Lim. I don't know why I just didn't read this when I originally bought it. But yeah, writing's beautiful. The amount of places that this whole world takes place in, and how much we saw of the world, was amazing. And I am excited to continue the next one. I do have it. And I think I might read it in this week's reading vlog, but alas. I guess that was a 4.25. That was my favourite out of the 3 books that I read for this video. The third one is Cry as War by Nina Varela. Yeah, once again, not going to go too much into this. I gave this originally 4 stars, but I might bump this down to 3.75. I just don't think it was the strongest, but yeah, I haven't read the second one for this yet either. But once again, I have it. It's on my monthly TBR for August, so I'll probably end up reading it soon. This was interesting. The only thing that I could probably compare this to would be Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which I do have. And I read that whole series when I was in high school. That was such an epic series, but whatever, we're not talking about that right now. 4 stars. It was good. Like, I mean, I can't wait to finish out the duology. That's about all I have to say, other than what was already in my video. And then I read Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez for another reading vlog, which should be out, yeah. And I gave that 3.75 stars. It was good. Some of the plot twists were like really stupid, and I was like, okay, well, why would you do that? But like, they were fine. Other than that, it was just kind of like, okay, weird. But yeah, 3.75. I don't really have much more to say about it because once again, it's in a reading vlog. I did really like the setting though, and I do just really like Rome, or Italy, I suppose, like 1500s Italy, and this gave it kind of like a fantastical setting, which was interesting, something that I hadn't read before, so I'm glad I gave that one a chance. And then I read A Lightfall, A Place Between by Tim Probert. I gave it 4 stars. It's not in a video, but it's this graphic novel series that I've been keeping up with. I bought the first one, I don't know, a few years ago with my grandma. And as they've been coming out, I've just been reading them, and I really like the art style. It's in my away. It's not on my shelves, so I'm not gonna go get it. But yeah, I really like the art style, and I think that the story is very palatable for a whole range of ages, which is why I think I've been keeping up with it. I don't keep up with a whole lot of graphic novel series. I think the only other one that I was keeping up with was Heartstopper, but that's finished now, so that's that. But yeah, I mean, it's the 4th book in a series, so I'm not going to say much about it. But if you're looking for a quick graphic novel series with 4 books already out, I would highly recommend that one. And then I did my Court of Thorns and Roses reread by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know what I gave this originally when I read it, but on the reread I gave it 3.75. It's just fine. Like, I don't know why this was so life-changing when I read it in, 2019? This was like, oh, this changed my life in 2019. But like, on the reread it's fine. But yeah, I didn't remember any of it when I was reading it, so it's definitely a good thing that I reread it for the 6th one coming out. But yeah, like that's all I have to say on that. And then I read my second classic of the month, which was my July classic, and it is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I don't remember any of this. I gave it a 3 stars, but honestly, maybe when I'm a bit older, I'll probably reread this, because I seriously have no recollection of this. Like, I was reading reviews about it after I finished it, and it was like, oh, a romance, and I was like, a romance? No recollection of any romance happening in this. I don't know. It was fine. I think need to do a reread, but that's not for any time soon. I also do just think that my copy is stunning, but alas. And then in my most recent reading vlog, I read A Steeping of Blood by Hafsa Faizal. This is the other part, like the second part of the duology to A Tempest of Tea. Yeah, still sticking with the Six of Crows theme. I did really like the ending though. I didn't cry, but I don't think I was in the right mindset to be reading it, and I think if I was, I would have cried. But this was really good, and it was a very good end to the series. Now, I don't know if I said, but I gave it 4.25 stars. But yeah, I mean, it was good. I would recommend it. Once again, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I have a video on it of me reading it, but it was good. I'd recommend. The final 15th and last book that I read in July. I read this on the 30th, and I read it in maybe 3 hours. The Bright Years by Sarah Demolf. I don't even know what to say about this book. Like, I gave it 5 stars. We'll start with that. I think it was my 7th 5-star of the year. This truly gut-wrenching, and it is going to be in my video coming out after this, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but just like the way that this story went and the places that it went, and just the fact that it's literary fiction, so this is someone's life, and this has been someone's life, and it will continue to be someone's life, is I think what really truly broke me. But it was beautiful. It was beautifully written. I had to tell my partner the whole entire story as soon as it was over, and I need to get my own copy because it's from the library. But truly, it was beautiful, and I think people need to go into it blind. I didn't read the blurb before I read it. I just went off of what everybody else had been saying, and I think it really changed the game. And this, you will see in my reading video. Oh my god, did I cry. But I don't think I've cried that hard about a book since Atmosphere. Anyway, this, out of this world good. If for some reason you haven't read it yet, please get on that train. I kept putting it off, and I wish I read it earlier. I wish I was not late to the bandwagon, but alas. Anyway, so that is the 15 books that I read in July. I hope that was a pretty quick rapid fire wrap up. I didn't want this video to be super long. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week, I guess.